I didn't realize this video was the next video. Like, I thought this video was like months away, and I'm a little excited to share it. Not because I enjoyed the experience. This video is a really shitty experience. You'll see once you watch it, 5 minutes in, you're gonna catch on that there's a damn lunatic running loose. So, but I'm excited to share it because I know that people who start gossip channels, like their YouTube takes off faster, and this one's very slow growing, and this video kind of falls into that category of weird things that happen. So I'm excited to share it for that reason, that maybe it might be the gateway for people to look at my other videos. This is behind the scenes, what it's like to be an artist, sharing all the obstacles, all the failures, everything like that. And so I shared this to Patreon a year ago. So if you feel like seeing what I've been doing the past year, check that out. But until then, morning. So if you guys have been watching my videos, you probably see that I kind of keep in my lane. Like, I'm not messing with anyone else's life. I'm here building an art career. And the other day, I was at mum's eating dinner, and someone decided they're gonna pull the advertisement off my car. Like, they've got fucking rights doing that shit. And I didn't notice it was gone. It was on the other side of the car, and mum found it, and she's checking the CCTV. But I'm kind of like, fuck you. Like, I'm so broke at the moment. I literally cannot afford to replace that, and I'm just lucky that mum's got it. So I'm gonna get one of those rape alarms, and I'm gonna adjust it slightly so that if someone tries to pull the sign off again, the alarm goes off and it quickly turns their bad behavior into panic. So best case scenario, no one touches my car again. Second best case scenario, if they do, the alarm goes off and I hear it and I catch them and I go, all right, we're evening the playing field. I see what you drive. All right, it's a nice car. Compliment their car. I'll show you guys what I got. This is what I got. This is probably going to be the best $3 investment in my life. So this part, is there a picture? Stop it. Okay, yeah, there you go. They've demonstrated for me. You just pull that out. So I'm kind of like, I'll put this in the door and I'll change whatever loop that's on and attach it to the sign. All right, got my sign back. Still waiting on the alarm. Believe this, there is absolutely no way that this just fell off the car. Yep. We have an update, and I'm disappointed. So, Mum's Strata replied, and they said, yes, a woman got out of the elevator and then went to your car and took the advertising off. And I'm kind of like, I'm disappointed that I was right, that just some bitch is hanging around. Like, I really wish it was like a 3-year-old just, you know, wreaking havoc, because at least that's fucking cute. Yeah, anyway, so the email says that I have to go to the cops and get them to get the CCTV, because I want to see who this bitch is. I want to be like, do I know you in real life? Like, do you have a problem with me and you're not saying it to my face? Because that's how you deal with problems. So I'm going to wet hair my way down to the police station. Come on, this is interfering with my painting. Fuck this bitch. Okay, absolutely exhausted. So like, it's 100 degrees outside Celsius, and I was just traveling for an hour and a half because that's what Sydney's like. Anyway, so I went to one police station and I was like, hey, here's my problem. But this woman went in before me and she really riled up the cop, and I think she was doing it on purpose, because she came back, like, as she was exiting, she was smiling. She's like, haha, my activity for the day is done. And I'm like, that's not helpful for me. So anyway, I got a different cop, but it was obviously he's very new, because he kept asking the pissed off one what to do. And eventually she turns around and she's like, was it stolen? Like, she hadn't seen the email. And I was like, well, not technically, because mum found it. And she's like, we're not investigating. And I was like, I don't want you to investigate anything, but I need you to step in and help for me to get the CCTV. And she's like, all right, we'll send a courtesy email. But like, she was really pissed off while she was saying this. So I felt really unsure that they're going to help me. So I went to another station and I was like, well, I just showed him the email. I was like, just read this. And he goes, okay, well, this is how it works, actually. You've got to put all the evidence up. You've got to upload it online to this and make a theft report. And then they contact these people and then they give this to them. And I'm like, do I ever get to see the CCTV? Because I really just want to see the woman's face. I just want to see, like, do I know her? So, plus, like, this is such a nanny state. Like, Australia just, I guess they've chosen to run this way. I guess this is the standard, which just seems really overbearing. Like, all you have to do is ask me for my rego papers and be like, oh, okay, you do own that car, and we see footage of someone messing with that car. Here's the footage. Like, why do you have to make it this hard? So I'm just gonna wait and see if that courtesy email goes through, and like, every police officer out there is gonna be like, this is not a police thing. Plus, it would be really funny if we just started like governing ourselves just a little bit and being like, print a photo, put it somewhere like on the doorway or something, being like, caught ya. Like, I don't understand the runaround. Okay, look at this. This is so fucking creepy. I find it creepy. Okay, and now with commentary. So, just for a little bit of context, the email said that she came out of an elevator and went straight to the car. I was assuming it was the elevator right here behind this door, but no, she came out of an elevator down here. There's like 3 other elevators there, but there's no cars after this. This is just like a corridor. So, she came out of an elevator about 200 meters away, made a beeline for the car. So, let's check it out. All right, waiting for you. Bam, straight at the camera. She's like, am I going to get caught looking at the camera? Not today. 2 days from now, though. Or a week? Straight to the car. Look at her go. She's like, I've got beef with this magnet. Yep. And look at her. She's checking out the door. She's like, is anyone going to come out right now? Checking out her psychic powers? Psychic powers say no. And the thing is, though, at this point, she does not know it's a magnet. Or, like, does she know that it's a magnet? I don't know. It could easily be a decal. Okay. Checking out how it's done. Bam, dickhead. Look at her. Second guess, should I do this? Yep. Bitch. And so the thing is, if she'd put them face up, I feel like I would have seen them. Walks off like she's all proud and shit. Looks at the door. Nah. Your psychic powers worked. Okay, there you go. Bye. And see, the thing is, this woman, I don't know her. So she doesn't know that I have a bike as well. So I'm just not going to take the car there until I have the alarm on it. I would love, like, she's obviously, like, something's wrong with her. But I would still love to see her reaction when a 90 decibel alarm goes off. I would just, like, are you going to leg it? What's this one? She doesn't look like the kind of woman that's going to leg it. Let's see. Nah. She would probably just shoot herself a little bit. I don't know. Meanwhile, not taking the car. Invisible lady. Guys, I'm such a germaphobe. I was like, I have to watch this. I can't touch it because she touched it. And I was watching it and I was like, she did a number on this one. I never say this out loud because it's just so socially unacceptable. If I don't like you, you are full of germs. Yeah, so like part of me wants to put the magnet back on that side of the car because the CCTV footage was just so perfect. Like it almost looks staged. But I've got a system and I switch sides. Like that's the reason it's not a decal because I don't want the car to have like a sunburn line around the advertisement. It really grinds my gears. But anyway, if you want to piss me off, just pick your nose and touch anything that I own. I will never talk to you again. Like, you don't have to go this far to damage my property. Like, just touch, or even just like be sweaty. Go for a run and touch anything I own. Just I will never talk to you again. It's fine. Anyway, alarm hasn't arrived, and we're most likely not going to get the CCTV footage from the elevator because they're protecting her privacy. Anyway, still waiting. Finally, gosh, this postage has been like the longest postage I've ever posted anything posting ever. Alright. Okay. It's kind of cute. It's kind of, it's definitely enough to freak someone out. Let's try again. Yeah. Definitely enough to freak someone out. I thought it was going to be flatter, but let's open it up. Oh my god, I'm so annoying. I'm here like prying it open and there's a screw hole right there. To be fair, I only looked at it from this direction, but like, Okay. There's no circuit board in this. Okay. That's pretty cool. So it's just speaker to capacitor to closing the circuit to batteries. That's awesome. Oh, here I am not flipping shit over again. There is a circuit board. Cool. So I assumed that this metal bit was closing the circuit and turning it off. But now that I see how much force you have to use to put this in, I think there's like a physical switch instead of like a touch switch. And the way that you see that there's a wire going in and a wire going out, and then there's probably like a different one. So you've got your on, off, but the on goes two directions. That's how a switch works. Okay, since that requires force to pull it out, I have a smarter idea where I put something in between the batteries. Okay, well that needs some work, but you get where I'm going with that. I'm just doing this to see if it works, but not in between the batteries. I think I'll just stop the circuit elsewhere. And then, yep, that works. Okay, here's the new plan. I'm gonna stop the circuit elsewhere and then have a really gentle thing to my magnet. And then as soon as someone gently pulls it off, it's gone. It's going off. Alright, might as well start this now. This is just a wire. It's fine. I can totally cut it. Yep, alright there. There's a chance that I might make these wires longer as well to have the speaker right on the outside. But for now, I need to drill a hole through this and make this longer and put something to stick it onto that. I'm curious about whether magnets can conduct things. No. Oh, wait, it's not open. Okay, it says magnets are conductive. That was just something I never Googled, but I was always curious about. That was faster than typing it. Okay, so that's sorted. So I get the magnets to go to each side of these wires, and then I have my magnet, my car magnet, slide in between there, and then it's very easy. When someone pulls it off, alarm goes off, and this is just always out. Oh, of course magnets are conductive. That's exactly what a reed switch is, and I've always known what a reed switch is. In doing other shit, I realized a reed switch is not going to work, and very sweet, very sweet. I'm thinking I should probably make it waterproof, but I don't know. I forgot that I moved the sign between sides, so I can't have it fixed to the car. But I want to test how loud this is. Not loud at all. Okay, maybe if I move the speakers down. Nope. Alright, maybe I'll have it sit in the pocket, have the wires connect, and then have the speaker on the edge. I have these TV speakers from another project, which is probably a little while away, and they are worse. Check it out. Yep, you can't hear it, but it's definitely coming out of here. Yeah, it's definitely coming out of there. It's just not loud. These need amplifiers. Okay, the other speaker broke, but this one's okay. It's not loud enough at all. Yeah, not loud at all. I'm gonna have to get a new speaker. The other one just totally cracked when I was trying to get it out of this. I asked chat, I was like, because it doesn't look like a speaker what was in there. And I was like, is this a speaker? And he goes, no, that's a siren. I was like, oh, right, okay. I've never seen a siren before, which is why I don't know. Anyway, so I was like, what else has a siren? I was like, fire alarms? I'm pretty sure there's some in there. So I asked 2 people on Facebook. I was like, hey, can I get this? I'm just waiting for the first one to reply, and the second one I was like, I've already asked a few people, but I want to get one tonight. Got it. And a printer came my way, so I guess there's probably some sales coming up soon. This is an excellent term of events. Wait a second. Wait. And this time I believe I've learnt my lesson. I'm not going to pull it off the plastic thing. Maybe that's important? Don't know. Looks like it probably is, judging by what I've done. So I want like a really long wire to this, and I'm going to put it at the bottom of the car door, or like right at the entrance, so you can hear it, but you can't cut it. Bonnie, how good was that guess that like one of these things was going to be in a fire alarm? I'm putting it on the car, but it's all temporary. I've just got magnets to hold it in place because I don't know where it's going to go and I don't know how I'm going to switch it between sides. So temporary, but I'm bringing my car to Mum's today to like expose it to the vandalism. It's a posh suburb, I don't know why. Anyway. Okay, I'm thinking something. Hopefully there's space between there. I know there's definitely space here, so I'll put the sign in between that. Let's see. Oh, that's great. That's excellent. That is, I think this is louder. I don't know. It didn't seem louder last night, but I kept having it face down. Does that fit? Yeah, guys, there's shitloads of room there. It's like got room to like dance and shit. Well, I had the tape upstairs to be like, make sure this magnet doesn't touch the car because like that's going to mess with the circuit. It seems like it didn't. I will go get some tape to make sure it doesn't touch the car. But okay, so magnet's going to sit here and then it's going to have something blocking the connection. And when you pull it off, since I have all this spare room here, I can just like roll this up. I'm not going to bother messing with shit anymore. I'm just going to roll it up and hang it there and then I'm done. Oh, by the way, magnets are really weird to work with when soldering. Like, I put it near kind of like, say like 10 centimeters away. That was roughly how far away it was. Like 10 centimeters away from a normal piece of metal, and it doesn't like move over or anything, but like 10 centimeters away from the soldering iron, it like starts dancing and shit. It's really interesting, and you can't attach anything to it. So I just makeshift. I took the end plates from the battery pack from the, what is this bird doing? From the fire alarm, and then I put them on the ends of the wires, and then that's just how it works. Final test. I really did not want to resolder any of these, so this should be blocking the connection. So, oh look at that, it is. And then if someone pulls it, okay, fantastic. That's awesome. That's really gentle. That's great. No one's gonna know they're pulling an alarm. No one should be touching this shit anyway. I'm trying to advertise. But I get that this looks all pretty makeshift. I'll make it more permanent looking in the distant future, I think. Gosh, that really looks like a bit of a bomb. So I've got my magnet holding the two things, and then another magnet holding this one. I don't know if there's enough room for this. Let me just test this. Is there enough room? Obviously. Ha ha ha. Cool. So nervous about how much room is actually there. Alright. Oh, that didn't work. Oh, because I didn't... Alright, pin's open this time. I'm a bitch. So now that this is pretty much wrapped up, it goes in the lineup of videos that I'm going to share, and I don't think it's scheduled to share until like early next year. So I asked Facebook, I was like, hey, if anyone's like got useless fire alarms around, like I want it. And I'm going to build a second one because you know, like the way my logic was, well, I'm pretty broke, so I'm only going to make one. And the way that people pull things off, in my mind, is left to right, the way they read them. And the video of that chick, she did it left to right. So I'll make a second one for the other magnet. But I'm thinking I'm going to 3D print a proper container for the components, so they're not just flying around on my door. Oh, by the way, I forgot because I'm in Australia. Smoke detector. So this is our main hardware store. We don't really have any competitors, and you can see that photoelectric alarms are pretty much all they sell here. Like, I haven't come across a toxic one in my entire life. So if you are doing the same project and you're in a country that isn't Australia, make sure it's not toxic. Just look for photoelectric and you can open it up safely. Got it. I went to the Fire Brigade the other day and picked this up, and they plan to have more, but like I really, one is the necessity. The extras are just in case I break it, because I tend to break things. And when I was there, I was like really nervous that they thought that I was just going to put it in my house, because people seem to be thinking that I'm just going to put these broken fire alarms in my house. So I showed them my alarm, and I bet it was the most interesting thing they saw all day. I'm not putting these in my house. I feel like I have to like introduce myself with that. hi, I want a broken fire alarm. Trust me, I'm not putting it in my house. So this was made in the 90s. I kind of like these old looking ones. They're easy to tell what's going on. How am I going to make this work? I like the ones with the cords on them. Wait a second. I didn't consider that maybe it needs a circuit to work. There we go. So I'll catch you up on the day. I'm like sitting ready to like do some digital art, and then I hear an alarm, and I was like, that's not my alarm. And then I was like, it could be my alarm. So I run downstairs. And I was like, it's another car's alarm. And I was like, all right, I could check my car anyway. What is wrong with people? So I check it, and the fucking sign's missing. And then some guy's like exiting, and I run after him. I was like, where's my fucking sign? Obviously, like, he's looking back, like, because he was really far away, and there's an alarm going off, and it's all a weird situation. So I was like, wait, let's say, like, because I was admiring the sign and critique just not long ago. I just don't know, like, I have no sense of time, but I know it was very recent, because I was like, it just needs to move over a mil, and it's sitting perfectly, like, just 1 mil. So I'm trying to be like, when was that? And then I'm kind of like, wait, okay, so I'm going to ask my neighbors, like, about their dash cams, and the first neighbor that I asked with their dash cams, and just for some reason it wasn't, the SD card wasn't recording. My neighbors have a dash cam, and I've got an SD card reader for it. Maybe I can track down a time when it went missing. And I was like, you know, the universe works in really weird ways. Like, I would know, you know, if you get in a crash soon, you're prepared now, because now you're going to make your dash cam work. So I asked 2 other neighbors, and they're going to get back to me. But I'm kind of like, why universe? And the other car alarm is just weird that they're just coinciding at the same time. So I'm kind of like, oh, what the fuck? Well, it's Black Friday sale, so I'm going to look at how much it's going to cost to buy the other half. And I just wait on CCTV, and this is a weird situation. Everyone that I'm asking, I'm showing the previous footage. They're like, this is weird. I'm like, yeah, I know it's weird. It's a coloring book. Like, would this chick, like, buy an edition and, like, go out the lines and just... Okay, this is from a neighbor. Let's see what their car's up to. Okay, that's some weird driving. Oh, it's kind of funny to be in someone's car. Oh, okay, yeah, this is awkward. Alright. Doing some reversing maneuvers. You gotta get in there, man. The door's about to close. Okay, what have we got? What have we got? You gotta reverse in, surely. Are you even gonna see my car? Come on, just wiggle a little bit over. Wiggle a little bit over. Oh my god, do you not? Oh, okay, my sign's missing. You guys see that? Oh, it wasn't there this afternoon. The universe was just triggering the other alarm to like be like, oi, go look at your car. Oh my god, that bitch probably did take it. It's not my residence here. Okay, I'm gonna do what they do on all the spy shows and zoom and enhance. Let's zoom and enhance. Okay. That's definitely green. There's definitely a missing sign. It's not like I'm imagining anything that like... Yeah, when this chick's attacking it, it almost looks white. It almost looks white. So then when I go to like my footage... Oops. Damn it, I always fucking do that. It was definitely missing earlier today. That's a real shame. And it's good that Percy wasn't home. I have an idea. Where are the Google Forms? Okay. This is a way people can contact me without having my information. Alright, I need an easy way for people to contact me and see the photos. So I'm just going to pop this on the notice board that's over there. Just a QR code. Have you seen this woman? Maybe scare her a bit. maybe I should sit on this idea for a minute, but I'm ready to tell everyone in the units and show her picture around. Alright, there's a bit of red tape going on over here, and I didn't realize that last time the footage came in kind of easily because the sign was found on the location, so it's like obviously it went missing there. But this time, I don't know where the sign is. I still have to go and find it. Hopefully it's not thrown out or something. And it's also weird that only the half that isn't alarmed is missing, so it's like, what the fuck? Anyway, so I'm not going to get the footage unless I'm like, I can prove that it happened there. So I either have to find the sign, or I ran into my building managers here and I was like, hey, can you get the CCTV footage of me leaving and arriving at these times to see if the sign was on there and then missing? And they're like, you have to get a case number from the cops. And then I explained, I was like, no, it didn't happen here. And they're like, oh, okay, we'll just let you know. So good. But then I'm kind of like, I need to rethink my little QR thing. I'm like, my goal, I need to get clear about my goals. It's not to get this woman in trouble, even though I would love to do that. I'd love to ankle tap her and trip her over, but steal her ID, figure out who this woman is. But my goal is to get my sign back and put it on my car and leave it on my car so people can see my coloring book and buy the book. So I'm thinking, instead of being like, have you seen this woman? I'm gonna be like, have you seen my car sign? Where the fuck did it go? This woman keeps taking it off. Show pictures of her taking it off. Okay, this has a better goal in mind. Help me find my car sign. If you have secret information though, let me know. And then it's like, I'm missing this. By the way, this is what she's up to. This is why I'm missing it. Zoom in on the ugly shoes. I just found my fucking sign hidden in there, so I slapped it back on my car. Okay, I'm in sight of this CCTV this time. What a fucking bitch, what a fucking bitch, what a fucking bitch, gonna steal my fucking shit. I cleaned it. There's just something about that first video, like that chick just screams germs, so I cleaned it. I'm gonna put it back on the car, but I'm gonna connect it to the first alarm. Like, I honestly didn't think I needed a second alarm, but like, so I'm gonna connect it to the first one, which means that the two doors are gonna be connected, so I can't open it without triggering the alarm. But I prefer that than to just roll over and die and be like, no car sign, bitch. So yeah, I really don't like it when people play games, you know, like camping or like keyboard warriors, like people who play games from a safe platform. It's like, she thinks that I haven't seen her yet. And it's like, well, no. If you're going to attack someone, do it on an even playing field. Like, because if you're getting in the game, you're getting in the game kind of thing. Put this in my car and then go back to work. It's flipped. Alright, well, we know that side works. Good. It's a little bit more sensitive than before, but update. I'm just gonna like drop the needing the CCTV from my strata because I don't need to narrow down the time. What I didn't mention yesterday, because I was like, so like, I need my sign, this is my focus right now. When I was talking to the building manager, there's two, it's a father-son duo, and the father's called Aaron, the son's called Evan. And I was talking to the father, and he's like, oh, you got to talk to Evan. And I was like, Evan talks to me like this. And his response was, he's just being nice. And I'm kind of like, I don't want to hang out with people from Condescend Town. Like, I'm curious if they're going to finish helping me. So I'm just going to be like, hey, where is it? But I don't think they're going to. They kind of suck at their job. So I just see what happens there. But I don't need it. I got my sign. So I've proven that it happened there. And then I rang the PO and I was like, what do I do when I catch her? And they're like, you don't catch her. Don't confront her. And I was like, my plan honestly was to confront her because show her I'm the alpha in this situation. You got to cut it out. And they're like, no, you identify her. So I'll wait for the second footage and then spam the community and get my crowd action on and be like, who is this woman? What the fuck? That's the next step. So now I actually do have to identify her to get her to stop. Or my building managers followed up. I out of character for them. Plus I also followed up. I was like, hey, are you ignoring me? and I think maybe that had something to do with it. Maybe they didn't want to be that guy. So I got the footage, and it's confirmed that it was on Saturday, and that was the Mars Kazemi. So astrology, interesting. And I was with this 5-year-old yesterday. I was just picking her brain because I feel like this is a game a 5-year-old would play. And I was like, "What would you do if you took the sign off my car?" And she goes, "I would put it in a sewer." I was like, "Oh my god, there's no sewers there, thank fuck." And then she goes, and I was like, "What else would you do?" And she's like, "I would roll it up and put it in a box." I was like, "All right, so next time I've got to look for something rolled up." Yep, that's where we're at. She also illustrated the event. I hate working with people when it comes to problem solving. I absolutely fucking hate it. I hate it so much because what tends to happen is someone goes, "Oh, there's this small problem in the way. I'm just going to blow it up bigger and say that the whole thing's gone to shit." Like when I was trying to get that tracker and I had to go around that person, I was like, "You're a naysayer." And that when that chick, when she wouldn't post the computer because she couldn't find a box, it's like, oh my god, I'm not a team player. Anyway, I'm getting those vibes from Mum Strata. Or the worker there, so he goes like, "Oh, the person took 8 hours to get the footage last time." It's like, I was there for 3 hours maximum. Like, did your worker spend an hour and a half looking for the door to the CCTV? Or like, what took them 8 hours? They're an idiot. They're an idiot. Anyway, and there was this other statement in the email where they said your daughter should get a dash cam. It's like, one, you're making statements like I've got money, and two, dash cams turn off when you turn the car off, and three, you have CCTV, why do you have it if you're not going to use it? And four, if I knew I was getting recorded, you can see in a car if there's a dash cam, which is not on. If I knew that I was getting recorded doing an offense and no one did anything about it, I'll just straight up keep doing it. I'll just keep doing it. All right, this is not my best styled outfit, but it's like dark here because I hope we're just gonna sit in the car and wait for this bitch, and like leggings so that I can quickly jump out and run and be like, "What the fuck?" My hair, it's tied back. It's not really tied back, you know, it's just good for a nice little jog to chase a crazy person down. So I don't know. I'm a big fan of like the universe unfolds events as they're meant to happen. So maybe I won't run into her tonight, but I'm prepared. I'm prepared. I'm prepared. I did not catch any crazy women. I really wanted to wrap it up today. I was so ready to wrap it up today. I was so ready to be like, "Caught ya, fuck off." No, it looks like this is continuing. So when I get the next CCTV, I'm just gonna like channel my Mars and Leo in the 10th and just entirely spam the community. Just really embarrass the hell out of her, so. The whole situation is annoying, but I'm finding it annoying waiting for her to come to me, like to come to the bait. I'm just gonna get her to hand herself in. I just learned that on Google Forms you can put an upload image thing so people can upload images. Of course I'm gonna ask people to upload images of her, but at the end I'm gonna be like, "If you would like me to stop spamming your image to the community, please upload your ID and I'll take that as good faith that you're not gonna continue. Otherwise I will just wait till I get enough information to fine you." Yeah, I think I'm gonna try that. But you know, if she triggers the alarm, you know, the hunt is on, so. I don't know, maybe this sounds a bit bitchy. So I'm like, if you upload your ID, we can make a deal. Because of course no one's gonna upload their ID unless they're her. They won't have a reason to do it. And I was like, "By the way, you stumbled upon someone who documents their career." So, yeah, that last line's a little bitchy, but yeah, I would like her to feel compelled to upload her ID. I just want to like stop and analyze the planets for a moment. So if you're not into astrology, just skip over this. Since she took it the second time on the Mars Kazemi, I was kind of like, wait, what was Mars doing the first time? Because it's my ruling planet. The first time she took it, and it had just passed my natal Jupiter in the 12th house, and it was trining my natal Saturn and transit Saturn. So I'm kind of like, okay, so maybe she'd planned it a few days ahead, because the fact that it's carrying on, I thought she'd planned it earlier in the day, like an hour before. Maybe she planned it earlier, and it's just going to be like a slow thing because it's trining Saturn, but I feel like it's going to end out positively because it's a trine, and Mars in a few days is going to sextile that natal Jupiter. So Plus, like, I'm waiting on the footage. I don't know. It's like, are they waiting for a murder or something? Like, this is the time to take action. And the new moon just happened in Gemini, and I think it was squaring Neptune or something. I think Neptune was involved. So it's all the astrologers were like, hey, like, there's some unknown thing. You're in the dark and you're annoyed. I'm like, I am in the dark and I am annoyed. And Gemini sun. So it just moved into Cancer. So we'll just see how this plays out. But the fact that it was trining Saturn, I just think it's just going to end out, I'm going to solve this. Look who's got a baby monitor. I was thinking about one of those video ones, but there's a good chance they're going to need Wi-Fi. And, okay, so just to show you guys what I'm up to, this, my lovely greenhouse, made out of picture frames, was originally a USB to a computer, and you just change it and plug it into some batteries. What the fuck is going on here? It's like interference or some shit. I need to throw something at it. What can I throw? Okay. Well, I'm just way too close to tell. It's incredibly far. Okay, I'm convinced this is gonna work. Free transformer. Sick. Okay, so I can't attach this straight there because this is expecting 24 volts AC. This is 5 DC, so it's just not gonna work. But I want to keep it somewhat intact to sell it again, because when, and just, oh, a screw. So this is called a wall wart, and that looks incredibly dangerous. Look at those capacitors. Beautiful. I don't have one of these connectors, but I'm just gonna shove the wires in there. Okay, so there's two types of wires. This type where there's a single, how do I focus? This type where there's a single piece of metal, and I forgot what they're called. And I think one's called a cord and one's called a cable. And then this kind of wire where there's a bunch of other ones, and these are the more flexible ones. All right, well that just turned out perfectly. That's fantastic. And it's being recognized. How do I? Got my whales. Got my whales. I'm gonna check. This is not happy with the DC power. Okay, there's something going on in this circuit that's just minimizing the power too much. I would put it, well, it's probably the bunch of resistors. There's shitloads of resistors here. So that's probably it. Anyway, it's a circuit that I just have no information about, so I have to ditch this attempt. Put it back together. Alright, well, I'm gonna sell this so that you guys know that I'm not selling something dodgy. It's just back together, just plugging wires. Okay, that didn't work, but it did work for my humidifier in my little greenhouse. By the way, that's my next car sign. It's gonna be a lot harder to steal. Like, you're gonna have to, all these crazy women are gonna have to start walking around with tools. So, and I'm definitely gonna alarm it after this. I'm thinking walkie-talkies. But I'm like, fuck, budget. Like, I'm definitely gonna have to sell everything. Like, I'm selling the baby monitors. Like, I know you guys saw me pull it apart, but there's nothing wrong with it. I was just unplugging wires. And then I'll have to sell the walkie-talkies afterwards. So, walkie-talkies. And then I'm thinking, after that, if I still don't catch this damn woman, I'm gonna be like, I want one of those 90s webcam and like put it strategically on top of the car and be like, this camera is designed to catch this woman. And obviously she doesn't want to get caught, so she'll take it because she likes taking my shit. But I want to put an air tag inside, like take the components out, because it's in a garage. Like, no camera's gonna, unless it's hardwired. I'm out of bandwidth for this. Like, I've hit a wall on all fronts, and I just need to wait for some things to unfold, because I was thinking way too deeply. I was like, you know how easy it would be to create an automatic paint bomb, like, that just explodes when she triggers the thing? And I'm like, no, I'm thinking way too deeply about this. I need to, like, step back and wait for some things to unfold. So, that baby monitor plan, I had to extend the sounding alarm. I know it needs more than 5 volts, but you can tell by the way the LED is, and, like, I just don't know the circuit and I don't want to short it. I kind of just want to sell it. And Mum's got this camera that we just haven't figured out the app of how to use it. And getting CCTV feels like pulling teeth. Like, I do believe my career is going to take off. And should you ever see this, Francis, I just straight up think you're a piece of shit. Like, that politically correct response you dished out, we'll cooperate with police. It's not cooperative within itself. You need to help me to solve the problem. Like, you don't have the residents' good interest at heart here. Like, as soon as I outbully this woman, she's gonna find another target. Maybe I'm gonna be politically correct back and be like, oh no, I can't possibly give you her ID. I can't possibly tell you who she is. That's breach of privacy. Plus, like, I'm so, like, these politically correct people have no sense of context. Like, it's really arcing me up. Like, I was telling someone else, I was like, I'm straight up gonna swipe her ID. And he's like, well, that's theft. I was like, what do you think's going on here? He's like, hold that up in court. I'm like, all right, we're in hypothetical court now. Okay, self-defense. Today, I'm putting fires out everywhere. It's a total fucking mess today. Like, the ascendant crossed over Saturn and opposed the moon, which only happens once a month. Only, but like, it's just incredibly potent today. I don't know what the other planets are up to. So I pissed off some painters. There was just one guy felt like giving attitude, and I'm like, here I'm being like, I'm just being direct. I just need like an appointment. That's all I fucking need. And he's like, oh, no appointment. Oh, fucking hell. Anyway, and then the kitchen's flooding for another reason, and now I'm a plumber. So Mum sent an email, and she said that the Strata actually does have the footage, and they don't want to give it to us. They want to give it to the police because they think that's how this works. It's like, no, man, like, no. So I was like, would you please just let me communicate with them directly? And she's like, yes. And it's like, I can be quite sharp to communicate with. And she's like, just be polite. And I was like, yes, I do not want to screw myself over. I just want to get the footage and solve this fucking problem. So I just spoke with Frances, and I'm a lot less annoyed with her now that we get to actually communicate. She's not giving me the footage, which leaves me in a bit of a weird situation because it's like, how do I even file a report if I can only prove she did it once? I'm trying to say that it's reoccurring. And she's like, you know what, get the police to contact me and I'll gladly give it over. And I was like, cool. So I contacted the police. Oh, by the way, and she was like, she went back to a car, which was in car space number. And I was like, wait a second. Like, forget the car space. She probably just parked in someone's spot. Like, did you see her rego though? Like, because I don't see the footage. And I spoke to the police officer and he's like, no, I'm not going to do that. But like, if you do a report, so we're just going to do this little bit of a dance for a little while. But I think we might have caught her. I don't know. And it's kind of like, from her point of view, she's just been fucking around and thinks no one's seen this. So it's kind of like, well, what kind of day are you going to have today? Fuck yeah, bitch. How's that for a coloring book? Okay, I'm interested in what the planets are up to. I'm actually meant to be on Tuesday because I'm in Australia, but the thing, I don't really see too much, but I see the moon. That's what I'm looking at because it's sextiling my natal Jupiter, which is here. And then they say that it only carries energy in natal charts, but it would be carrying that energy and then hitting Mars. And Venus had just passed my ascendant, Saturn return. And anything at 20 to 23 degrees affects me, so no progress so far, and the cop's telling her to cut it out, or like, waiting for my second alarm and waiting the full 5 years for that again. Anyway, I did that whole thing like, I'm going to profile this woman in my head. And at first I was thinking she doesn't drive because the real unhinged lunatics that I've met before, they just don't drive. And then I was like, hearing that she goes back to a car. So it's like, oh, okay, so people with anger problems, like the unhinged people with anger problems, they do drive. But I was thinking like a really dinged up hatchback, and I was totally right because I've been keeping an eye on it. I do have to go to Mum's, but I've been taking the bike because I don't want to get robbed. And there is a really dinged up hatchback in that spot. It's like, if that is her spot, but it's right next to all these visited spots. And what's kind of creepy though is right after the second time that she took the sign, I parked in that spot across the CCTV. Okay, I'm in sight of this CCTV this time. I showed you guys, I was like, there's CCTV there, I'm safe. I was actually parked right next to her, if that's her. Happy New Year! Happy New Year! Yeah, Happy New Year. So the cop followed up, and the woman, long story short, the woman said that I beeped her. And I'm here thinking, like, what have I done? Like, is there a spot next to the visitor spot? Did I accidentally park in it and really inconvenience her? Nah, I beeped her. Like, I'm not even going to deny that because that would just make sense. And I'm not passive aggressive. So there's a chance that I may have. Also, I am a total Butterfingers. Like, I'm a total Butterfingers. And I do recall this happening, and I just don't know if it was this woman. I was leaning over to get something, and I beeped the horn, and this happens a lot. Like, it probably happens more than I beep people intentionally. And those ones do sound a little angry, but I'm usually like, oh, I'm sorry. But if I did beep her intentionally, it would have been if she was about to hit me, and this is her car. So maybe that's possible. Or if she was just wasting my time, like I'm quite patient with other people because I can't control what they're doing. But if you're just sitting there for 2 full minutes, I'm gonna be like, what the hell are you doing? So there's a chance that I did beep her. I think that makes sense. She's just a total snowflake, so I can think of a New Year's resolution for you. Maybe like get some problem solving skills. That sounds like a good idea. This is still going to continue though because I'm halfway through alarming the sign. I'm kind of like, I don't want to deal with pieces of shit like this in the future, so stay tuned. Oh no, someone got beeped. Bank robbery is next. Part of me wonders if she just watched that movie Unhinged, the Russell Crowe one, and felt inspired. Guys, I just heard an insane beep outside. I think someone's probably going to get murdered after that one. Guys, I'm just here looking for a brush. And then someone beeped outside, but it was like a beep beep. And I was like, oh, them. They're just like me. They're going to get harassed for like months. No murders or bank robberies. There it is. That's the one. For that guy. Why would they install such a violent weapon in a car? I went to the police yesterday to go see the footage because I could do that now. I also have access to keep it. It's just going to cost me $30. And anyway, back to the story. So, because I need to know design-wise, like what went wrong. Why did she take the non-alarmed half? And we'll get back to that in a moment. So I was there and I was like, yeah, just give me all the information you can give me. And she goes, Natalie? And I'm like, I think she just told me the name of the woman. I'm like, that's not confirmed at all, but it's like, why would she say her own name out loud? I didn't get this woman's name. And that's not the cop's name that I was dealing with, and it's not Francis's name. Anyway, so she goes on to read the report, and what the cops relayed to me was just the believable part. What she actually put on the report was that I was beeping and yelling and abusing her. And I'm kind of like, wait, that didn't happen though. Like, do you not have an actual encounter with me to tell the cops? Like, because I was under the impression that I actually beeped you or something, but what was relayed to me was from a fictional story just to justify what you did. So the whole thing leaves me like a bit like, oh, like you're such a slimy person. Like you just decided to harass my car for ages, and then you make up this story about how aggressive I am. Like, you guys have seen me in an argument. King Posty is
Vanessa's sister, Vanessa's cousin, Vanessa's mother, daughter, auntie.
Do you mind if I just sign?
Yeah.
I don't really. Yeah, so back to the advertising thing. So she goes to an elevator, and this time there's other people involved, and they're like in the elevator, and I guess she goes, oh, I'll go to the other one, and then goes to my car, but then pretends to go towards the next elevator, which is behind a door, and I'm watching TV behind that door. So it's kind of like, there's me and there's the other people. And she goes and looks at the other side of the car as if she knows that I sometimes put the advertising there, which is real creepy because I haven't put it there since before September, when she first took the sign. And then she quickly just takes off the other half and discards it. So it's just pure luck. And this is where the multiverse theory comes in, because it's like, this scenario could have gone entirely differently, and it would have been escalated very quickly because she wouldn't have run the other way, because those people would have been like, what are you doing? And I would have come out from the other door and been like, what are you doing? There's a child here. She's picked up a new hobby of like screaming. She does it every day, and it's kind of like, let the kid be. You know what I'm not gonna do? Stalk her until she's 16 and then abuse her car. The bitch is not home, but if she comes home, she's going to see my car. The camera is right there, and my sign is still there. Oh, is that? Oh my god, that's her. Oh, watch me film you. I'm just going to keep filming. Looks like she's the driver. There she is. I'm just gonna wait. She can say hi if she wants. Guys, I'm sorry the camera's shaky. Okay, I have to keep pausing this because my phone's storage. Oh look, she does have a cavoodle. Hello. The dog's mad too. Bye, bitch. Excuse this, this video intersects with another one and I had to go out in the rain and play. Anyway, so the reason I was like, I did look beautiful when I was filming her. So the reason I was filming was just because I was uncomfortable with the parking spot. Like my normal spot was taken. So I was just filming just to like, be like, this is what the car looks like, this is here, and I wasn't in the full view of the camera. To get in the full view of the camera, I would have had to park right next to her. I just wasn't comfortable with that. So that's why I was doing that, and then of course we had a bit of a yarn with mum, and she was like, why didn't you go out and talk to her instead of just film her? And I was like, I don't think there's anything I want to know from her. I don't think I care about what she says. She's obviously a liar. So that's the reason I didn't go out and confront her. Like I don't have anything that I'm curious about from her, like the truth, but I don't think I would get that. Plus, like, you know, when you're in an argument with someone and you're just trying to like keep it not aggressive and you just give straight answers and you say, yes, no, this happened, that happened, and the other person just perceives it as argumentative purely because you're talking about something that's conflicting. I feel like that could have happened, so I just could not be fucked. Enjoy the entertainment. What the fuck? This took like 4 years to arrive, but it's here. It's here. I think this is it. Unboxing, one-handed. I wonder if that's like a thing. Yeah. Accidentally set it off. Now I'm just gonna 3D print something appropriate to fit my car, and then because it's exactly the same as the first one, duplicate it. I have some insight. So yesterday I was going out and like I was shuffled to the left of the driveway, like messing about trying to find the scorpions. And it's a unit block, so the driveway is huge. Like it's definitely more than enough room for 2 cars. And this guy approaches, who's obviously one of those people that needs like an extra meter around the whole car. And he didn't like where I was, and like my window was fully down. He was like right next to me. But instead of like saying like, hey, can you move over a little bit? He said, move you fucking bitch, and like in a really like lowered his voice. The intention was to intimidate. There was no beeping though. But from my perspective, my reaction wasn't, let me follow him and see what car space that is so I can mess with his car periodically through the next few months. My reaction was, hide your kids. Because someone that's easily aggravated like that, like you don't aggravate them further. So just from that perspective that I've like freshly experienced, I didn't believe the story in the first place, and now I further don't believe it. Alright, this one only has 2 batteries. Okay. I want to connect a different one. I'd have to do a bit of Googling. No, that's a tangent I don't need, because I don't know how many, volts it is. Got my measurements. Now I'm gonna create the extra magnet switch and drill a hole, and then this one's done. I don't think I need to 3D print 2. Okay, so this time I cut different wires. I think it was the negative, whatever, it's of the battery and some random wire here. And they're so delicate, but it works. And I'm ready to put this one in the car. Damn, this one, way louder than this one. Way louder. I don't like the siren at all. I'm gonna do that to that. Okay, it looks like that's not wrapped up. So I have to do this, which is in here, and then have an extension to hold the extra siren. I rang the Hornsby Fire Station again, and they were like, nah, we're fresh out. And I was like, damn. And they suggested the one that was just so convinced I was going to put the fire alarm in my house. I was like, nah, they think I'm going to put it in my house. Like, I can't go to them. And they're like, oh, try this other one. I was like, okay. So I rang the other one, and they were like, yeah, we've got a box. Can't get them. Just don't tell anyone we gave them to you. So I was like, sweet. I'm not putting them in my house, but like, deal. Thank you. I'm gonna wrap this up. All right. If the fire brigade ever sees this, I want to say a big thank you. Sweet, an extra one. I wonder why they're in this kind of whatever. Maybe I don't think they'd be the toxic ones. We don't really do that. They're not dangerous, but the siren is stuck to this thing, so I'll have to whip out one of those tiny saws and cut them into. Because I learnt my lesson just ripping it off. I learnt my lesson. Always fucking dropping shit off the balcony. I dropped that a few weeks ago. What else did I drop down here? Not a fun activity. Tedious. Definitely someone for a steady hand, and I just notoriously drop shit off the balcony. There we go. That's how that sits. And the siren is going to sit about there. And then this is going to go somewhere wherever I have space later on. Okay, I'm done with a big fat done because Blender gave me a lot of errors, but I just don't care. And I want to see if the library can just print it anyway. And I have measurements because this is what went wrong last time. My errors are not cool with the library. So I'm going to try and find a shortcut, but I feel like a total noob trying to find like just a normal rectangle box that someone's just put online, but they seem to have all these fancy boxes. All right, time to start again. What options do I have? To what extent? Wait, I've done nothing to this but make it flat, and it's got an error. Let me go back. Let me get the Game Boy controller. Oh, this is like, it's just a thing in Blender. That's just a thing that it does. Let me see how far I can get with this. I think I'm finally done. I didn't want to waste any like real time tomorrow, so it's 5 a.m. Damn, I didn't put the little thing on the bottom that like holds the magnet. I was meant to put like a... Fuck it, it's done. Alright, well I obviously suck at 3D rendering for print. Let's see. This is what I sent her and that's what I got back. So, I think I'm gonna cheat just a little bit. I'm gonna try something else. Couldn't find one yesterday, just happened to find one. Got me a box. Okay, this is my box. Wait a second, I think this guy did what I thought maybe I should do. Wait, are they not connected? Oh, I think they're fucking connected. I don't know. I might do the lazy thing, get rid of everything, and just drill holes into it instead of render holes. Couldn't figure out how to fucking zoom, so I don't have all the time in the world, so I'm just gonna find like some cosmetic thing that's the size that I want, and I'm just gonna cut it up and stick it in. I want a square version. It's gonna fit the siren. I should just... It's the easiest fucking thing to do. This is what I'm gonna do. I like to keep floss around, old floss that I wouldn't put in my teeth and just use it as string. I like this container. I really do. It won't fit this, but I'm gonna go adventure. Look what I thought up. This fits in here. I could flip it, have the siren there, cut this, minimize it, put the other circuits in. And I like gum. I use gum a lot because it keeps me awake when I'm editing. Like, that's a little trick I found out. YOLO, not in the plan, whatever. Excellent news. Good. What do I want it? Great. Lol, I could have done that months ago. Okay, seems fine. This combo worked really well. LA Health gum and that first siren, it literally clicked in. Like, it's made for it. Yeah. Wow, that one works incredibly well. Like, better than before, maybe? Done! I'm done. You can tell I don't have Venus in the third house. Whatever. Oh, there's heaps of room. Excellent. Okay. Haha, I'm a new bitch they don't know of yet. Yeah. Excellent. Alright, my side's just going through a bit of hell, so just gonna put fake bits on it and wash the car and put on the other side, finally. Done. Back to minding my own damn business. I felt really uncomfortable with the amount of people that I had to bother to like get my little steps to like solving my problem. And it really felt like I was bothering people. Specifically because like the strata, the way they were acting, it's like, why did you make me go to the cops? Why didn't you whip out, because they knew as a resident before I did. It's like, why didn't you whip out section 157 from the strata management scheme? Like, whatever, like at least she's got a record now, but yeah, it felt like I was lifting boulders and people were watching me from the seat of their crane, like, and even someone said they're surprised that I solved my problem. Thanks. Yeah, cool. I've successfully defended my advertising. I'm really curious if this alarm exists and how much it costs. Or would I even... Alarm removed? What would I even call this? This is gonna be the closest thing. A reed switch alarm? I see like reed switches not connected to alarms though. First you figure out what kind of switch I made there, because it's kind of like a... It sticks to... Chat! Oh, a version of a reed switch. Did I invent a switch here? Maybe I did. Maybe I invented a switch. That'd be pretty cool. I have $2 for the patent. Okay, let's see what kind of alarm I've got. A tamper alarm. Ooh, okay, let's Google this. Okay, I whipped out a tamper alarm. That's what I've done. I want to see actual examples. I don't know what it looks like. Let me eBay. Oh, okay, so I assume that's spring-loaded and when it goes out... Oh, my tamper alarm's better. Alright. I'm gonna say, yeah, YOLO, I've invented a version of that too. The problem with all of these is I couldn't use them for what I needed to use them for. Like, how am I gonna attach my magnet to that? Well, I could... If... Door sensor. You need that... That's the removal part though. Yeah. Nah, none of these could have been used for what I need it for. I don't really see anything that I could have bought to do the same job. What's this? Nah. But if someone does know of like something that already exists that I could have just bought, I kind of want to know, yeah. Although realistically, because of my budget, like there's... I couldn't have bought any of them. I would have just copied it. Excellent, you stuck around. That's wonderful. Maybe click like, just to show your moral support. of not being a crazy person. So I didn't mention it really in the video. I just got so stressed out towards the end because I couldn't go see my mom like a normal person. I couldn't, like, it was so fucking weird. Yeah, and I haven't really had a spare buck to go get that extra footage, so I never got it. Like, it's still in the Gipper somewhere. I know that's not what it's called, but yeah. If you feel like throwing a little support my way, throw some support through Patreon, or buy me a coffee below, buy some art, buy a coloring book, and I hope it doesn't make you very angry and steal my sign. And I feel like for most people it won't do that. Straight at the camera. She's like, am I gonna get caught looking at the camera? Not today. 2 days from now though. Or a week? Straight to the car. Look at her go. She's like, I've got beef with this magnet. Yep. And look at her. She's checking out the door. She's like, is anyone gonna come out right now? Checking out her psychic powers? Psychic powers say no.